Welcome to Book Jobs Daily, the show where local business owners find the money hiding in missed calls, slow follow-up, weak reviews, and messy systems. I'm Star Riley, and each day we break down one local revenue leak, one simple AI-powered fix, and one action you can use to book more jobs. Today, we are fixing one leak that could be costing you real money.
You have 11 open estimates, and your spreadsheet says they are all the same. They are not. One customer is waiting for an answer. One is comparing prices. One wants the work, but not yet. And several have simply gone quiet. Yet every one of them gets the same message, just checking in. That is how a follow-up list becomes a junk drawer for potential revenue.
Welcome to Booked Jobs Daily. I'm Star Riley, founder of myusalocal.com. This is your daily show for local business growth, practical AI, and simple revenue systems that turn missed leads into booked jobs. Today, we're fixing a very ordinary leak, estimates that were sent, discussed, and then left hanging. By the end, you'll have a simple way to sort those estimates, choose the right next move, and follow up without chasing people forever. Let's get into it. Picture the end of a busy Friday. Estimates are in your email, your CRM, a text thread, and maybe a notebook that has seen better days. One customer said, "Let me think about it." Another asked a question. Someone else said they were getting 2 more quotes. A fourth person sounded ready, then disappeared. Monday morning, the team looks at the list. The only instruction beside each name is open estimate, so everybody gets the same polite sentence. "Hi, just checking in to see if you had any questions." And look, that message is not rude. It is polite. But what is the customer supposed to do with it? If the real problem is confusion, a reminder does not fix confusion. If the real problem is timing, another reminder does not create a date. Here's the useful shift. Stop treating an open estimate as a complete status. Treat it as a decision that is currently in a stage. The estimate tells you what you offered. The stage tells you what the customer needs next. That distinction makes follow-up more helpful for the customer and much less mysterious for your team.
Let's use a realistic example. Maya owns a small heating and cooling company. She has 11 open estimates. Her spreadsheet includes the customer, the amount, the date sent, and a column called Followed Up. That column has a few dates in it, but it does not explain what happened. Maya's coordinator is doing her best. She searches old texts, tries to remember conversations, and sends another check-in.
Then Maya reads the actual notes. One customer asked whether removing the old equipment was included. That person is not necessarily undecided. They may just need information. Another said, "We're getting 2 more quotes." That is a comparison. A third wants a replacement, but probably not until fall. That is a timing issue. 4 others have not replied at all. Same spreadsheet status, 4 different situations.
This is where the estimate decision board comes in. It is not a fancy software product. It is simply a way to place each open estimate in the lane that best describes the customer's current obstacle. The 4 lanes are needs information, comparing options, timing is uncertain, and no response. Start with needs information. You put an estimate here when the customer has shown interest, but a question or missing detail is blocking the decision. Maybe they asked what is included. Maybe they need 2 material choices. Maybe the estimate uses language that makes perfect sense to your team and sounds like alphabet soup to everyone else. The next action is simple. Answer the question clearly. Do not begin with, "Are you ready to move forward?" Begin with the thing they actually need. You might say, "I wanted to clarify what is included in the estimate. The standard option covers this, and the upgraded option adds that. Which detail would be most useful for you to compare?" Short, specific, and easy to answer. Maya found 2 estimates in this lane, and both customers replied once the missing detail was finally made clear.
The second lane is comparing options. That might mean comparing your company with another provider, comparing 2 solutions, or comparing the project with doing nothing for now. Your first instinct may be to cut the price. Sometimes price really is the issue. Fair enough. But before you discount, find out what the customer is comparing.
Are they looking at scope, materials, timeline, warranty, cleanup, maintenance, communication? If they are comparing two different things, the lowest number may not be the real issue. A useful message is, I know you're comparing a few options. I can summarize what our estimate includes, the expected timeline, and what happens after the work is complete. What part of the comparison matters most to you? That question gives you information too. If people keep asking about scheduling, your schedule may be buried in the estimate. If they keep asking what is included, your scope may be too vague. Follow-up is not only a way to recover a quote, it is a quick research tool for finding where your sales process creates friction.
Maya had 3 estimates in the comparison lane. One customer was focused on warranty coverage. Another cared about installation speed. The third was mostly looking at the total cost. Those customers did not need the same pitch. They needed different facts. Once Maya's team stopped treating comparison as a request for an automatic discount, the conversations became more useful.
The third lane is timing is uncertain. This customer may want the work, but the date is moving. They could be waiting for a budget cycle, a seasonal change, a move, an insurance decision, or a family conversation. Uncertain timing is not the same as rejection, but it is also not permission to send a message every 3 days and hope persistence creates a calendar. Ask for a reasonable checkpoint. Try, it sounds like the project matters, but the timing is still moving. Would it be more useful for me to check back in early September, or would you rather reach out when you have a date? If they choose September, record September. If they say they will reach out, move the estimate to waiting. The goal is clarity, not a fake sense that the quote is active forever. The fourth lane is no response. This one needs a stop rule. Silence does not tell you whether someone is busy, overwhelmed, traveling, dealing with another problem, or no longer interested. Make 1 or 2 thoughtful attempts, using different useful information if you have it. Then close the loop. A final message could be, Hi Jordan, I haven't heard back, so I'm going to close the loop for now. If you still want to discuss the project, reply here and I'll be glad to help. If the timing changes later, we can revisit the estimate. That message gives the customer an easy path back, and it gives your team permission to stop. Honor a direct no. Do not keep contacting someone who has clearly declined. Now, if you are thinking, but what if we lose the job by stopping? Here's the answer. You may already have lost it. Repeatedly pretending silence is active buying does not protect the opportunity. It only makes your forecast less honest and your team more tired. A clean no is useful information. So is a customer who says, not now. Maya's board started with 4 lanes, but the team also added one next date to every estimate. That date is the part people usually skip. Follow up soon is not a date. Tuesday is a date. The first week of September is a date. No further contact unless the customer reaches out is also a decision you can record. You can build this in 5 minutes. I'm opening a blank sheet right now. Column 1, customer. Column 2, estimate amount. Column 3, decision lane. Column 4, next date. Add an owner if more than one person handles follow-up. That is enough to begin. In a CRM, use tags or pipeline stages. On paper, make 4 columns and place each estimate where it belongs today. The tool is not the system. The decision and the next date are the system. For a quick test, take your 10 oldest open estimates. Read the last note or message for each one. If a customer asked a question, put it under needs information. If they mentioned another quote, use comparing options. If they gave you a future condition, use timing is uncertain. Use no response only when there is genuinely no useful signal. Then give each estimate 1 action. 1, not 5. Answer the question, send a comparison detail, agree on a checkpoint, or make the final appropriate attempt and close it. Assign 1 owner and 1 date. Send the message while the conversation is still fresh in your mind. After that, track what happened. Did the customer reply? Ask for a revision. Schedule a decision. Give you a future date. Say no. Those outcomes tell you more than the number of messages your team sent. Over time, you may find that information questions convert quickly when answered fast. You may discover that comparison shoppers need a clearer estimate. You may learn that one service line has a predictable seasonal delay. So what should you remember? If the customer needs information,
answer the question. If they are comparing options, help them compare what matters. If timing is uncertain, agree on a reasonable checkpoint. If there is no response, make a respectful final attempt, and then stop. Different obstacle, different next move.
Your action today is small. Find 10 open estimates. Put each one in a lane. Write one next step and one date. Send the message that fits. Then record the result. You do not need a new software subscription, a 12-step sales process, or a heroic burst of follow-up. You need a clearer answer to one question. What is blocking this customer's decision right now?
Before you go, ask yourself one question. How many leads has your business missed this week? Missed calls, unanswered messages, old estimates, customers who never got a follow-up. That is hidden revenue, and that is exactly what we help you find.
Book your AI opportunity audit today. We will uncover the leaks, show you the systems, and help you turn missed opportunities into booked jobs. And if you want practical scripts and simple revenue systems delivered by email, join the Booked Jobs Daily email list. You'll get useful ideas you can apply without adding another layer of chaos to your week. I'm Star Riley. Thanks for listening to Booked Jobs Daily.